How's it going, Reef Keepers? Just wanted to give you an update on the old Reef and a new addition, or new additions rather, that have gone into the tank just yesterday. So first off, I would say that the radions right now are hovering at about 5 or 6%, and they're cranked to max for the day because I've got them in acclimation mode. Because if you follow the channel at all, you'll know that I just put on 2 Quanta Pro Tropic Sun variety light bars on here, and those produced so much par, so much more par than I anticipated, that I actually had to turn my radions off on day one when I installed the Quanta Pro bars, because the amount of par the bars were producing canceled out the amount of par that my radions were producing. So now I'm ramping up the radions super slow. And like this is like day 2 or 3. So yeah, 5, 6, 7%, somewhere in there. And the SPS coral on top of the scape is overjoyed because those bars are angled to be hitting the top of the scape exclusively, well, as much as possible. I mean, there's spill, but they're definitely focused on the top of the scape. So the SPS is like overjoyed. They're like, look at all the attention we're getting. And then, as you can tell, the rest of the tank, like my LPS, is not especially happy. They're like, what the heck is going on, dude? The elegance is kind of closed up and frustrated with me. I would say these are not as swelled up as they typically are. So, yeah, I mean, when Blastos are a little annoyed with you, you know that you're messing with your LPS's light intensity or spectrum or whatnot a little too much. They'll be fine. It just takes them longer to come out throughout the course of the day, right? The last couple days, as the radions ramp up and things get back to normal over the next couple weeks, I'm sure they'll be more than happy. So not super worried about the LPS. All right, enough rambling, enough other updates. I'm gonna go ahead and show you, and I apologize because of the nature of the lights, those radions not being on very bright. I'm showing you like the dark side of these frags essentially. Here's a better angle right here. So I ordered these from Tidal Gardens during their sale, their winter sale. And I think I paid like a combined like $90 for the 3 of them, or $100 or something. I mean, like for Acros, awesome price. So got a Miyagi Tort right here. And then we've got a Bali Green Slimer, which many of you I'm sure will know. And then over here on the left is what they called a woolly green Acropora, which is kind of like a forest green color. It's interesting to me. I didn't expect it to be so like forest green, so to speak, in appearance. So I'll say this about the shipment. I don't know if it was Tidal Gardens being overwhelmed with orders, or if it was UPS, struggling coming off of the holidays, or what. But it seemed like these corals, well, one, they should have had more robust heat packs in there, given the fact that Tidal Gardens did make the decision to ship them when they did with 30-degree weather that they traveled through overnight. There was not enough heat. They came in absolutely freezing cold. Second, the bags leaked. Tidal Gardens in the past has thrown their coral into like cups with styrofoam that the frags are attached to with rubber bands to prevent them from jostling. And it's always like, it's like the Apple product packaging of corals. I'm always like, this is amazing. This time, I theorize, as a result of being overwhelmed by the sale, it's like they didn't have time to do that. So they actually just double bagged it and threw it into a container and then stuffed packing on top of the bags. And then hopefully it gets there quick. And it was like, guys, this stuff leaked. I mean, like that. I had 2 bags that had either they weren't fully sealed to begin with, or they had some kind of micro rupturing, because there was like standing water in the bottom of the container. It was not a good look. And so 2 of the corals were like extremely lacking in water, like no water cushion in the bags. So looking at them closely, if I can get this thing to focus for me, like you can tell the very top tip of that Miyagi tort, it's a little tattered, and I think it's just from being jostled, you know, and too much roughness on the way. And the Bolly Green Slimer, which is known as a pretty tough acro, polyp extension has not, I mean, the polyps are coming out. So I know these corals are alive. I've seen polyps out and even moving on all of them after they were under the lights for a few hours yesterday. And where I have them mounted in the tank, they're getting right now like, you know, 100 to 150 par throughout the course of the day. And of course, as those radions ramp up, they will slowly get more par. But it took a long time for those polyps to come out yesterday. And now today it's like the same deal. The polyps are just starting to peak, whereas, you know, the other acro in the tank is already, you know, out and waving in the breeze here. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was one of the worst packed, I don't know, worst, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I really like Tidal Gardens, so I hesitate to, you know, knock them. I really like Than. I really like their whole operation and how hard they seem to try. And I've had so many good orders in the past. But it's just like these corals came in and they were like, "We've been slightly abused, sir. Like, please help us." And it was like, wow, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna write it off as a fluke. I'm certainly like a Tidal Gardens loyalist based on the bulk of orders I've ordered over the years, but yeah, I hope these guys make it. I notified them of everything, and you know, assuming they do make it, I'm really excited for them. I'm thinking of putting the Miyagi tort. I'm gonna remove this little brown guy and put the Miyagi tort over on this side because the par is a little less down toward the end of these Quanta bars, toward the end of their range. And Miyagi torts, I think, color up a little better from what I've read under, you know, less intense lighting. The Bolly Green Slimer, maybe over here or maybe over here. I'm gonna figure that one out, and I haven't decided on the woolly green one yet. So if you have if any of you guys are, I'm terrible with like coral placement and color and all that kind of stuff. If any of you guys have any pro tips on any of this, please let me know. But anyway, that's my exciting news. Keeping an eye on these beautiful acros, and gonna get them installed on the Rockscape as soon as the lights acclimate them a little bit, and I know that they're gonna, you know, that they're fully back to health. And then yeah, I'm just, in the meantime, before these radions fully ramp up, sorry for the lack of focus there we go, I am just enjoying the beautiful natural colors of my fish under these Quanta Pro Tropic Sun lights. I mean, they're stunning. I mean, the coral in the tank is begging for a little bit of pop, so they're waiting, you know, for those radions. I know you guys are waiting for the radions to add some blue back into this spectrum, but me loving the look of a natural reef, I really love looking at certain corals in it, but mostly I love watching the fish and what they look like under this lighting. It's really interesting, and it's going to be short-lived, so I'm enjoying it while it lasts. But all right, guys, thank you for listening to me ramble. If you made it this far, I so appreciate it, and please throw me a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I would so appreciate it. Thanks, guys.